Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast, your number 8 gaming podcast on YouTube. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. First things first, we have a very big project coming out March 25th.
Yeah, on March 25th, we are releasing the updated version of Halo the Complete Saga. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most popular videos on our channel as far as like comments wise. I mean, views wise, there's plenty of other bigger ones, but it's really a community project because so many people are invested into it. They wanted to see it updated. So version 2 of the Complete Saga, March 25th. A lot of new stuff's gonna be in there.
Yeah, we have Knowledge put together a little trailer for you guys.
Yeah,
if you guys want to check it out, it's on our channel.
Yeah, it was the most recent upload other than this. So check it out. I'll link it in the description. And just so you know what's gonna be new in it, it's gonna have Halo 5, which the old one didn't have. Spartan Strike, the remastered version of ODST. We're gonna redo a lot of the gameplay because not that it was bad, but it wasn't cinematic before. Like, we're just kind of playing it how we would play a multiplayer game, jumping around everywhere. Now we kind of want to focus on like looking at the skyboxes or, you know, paying attention to when somebody's talking or something, like to make it real good. So March 25th, trailer's out. Check it out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So speaking of Halo,
I guess sad news.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't seem like a bad any bad blood or anything, but we don't know the details.
Yeah, the information isn't out on this Bungie news, but I couldn't wait to talk to you about it because I knew that, you know, you love Destiny. So the president of Bungie, longtime president, 15 years,
Ryan.
Harold Ryan.
He's been here 16, I guess. No, because it's barely the beginning.
I guess
of the
it
year.
depends on.
Harold Ryan has been CEO of Bungie since
President.
I'm sorry.
President.
What's the difference?
I don't know, but they make the distinction between CEO and president. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but he's been president since 2000.
Since before the original Halo came out, and he just stepped down last week, a couple of days ago actually. And now they have a CEO is taking.
So basically, one of those things, like someone's in charge right now, right?
Yeah, I guess like he wasn't maybe just the title, you know, I don't know, but like the former CEO, COO, Chief Operating Officer, is now going to become the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, pretty much replacing Ryan.
Right.
And he's been there a long time too, but the main crux of the story is a couple of things for us to discuss that I was interested in. Is one, what does this mean for the relationship between Bungie and Activision? Like, I want to look into that, even though there's no official information for us to go out.
It's one of those things. It's like they can't. They don't, not that they can't. They don't want to say anything about. They don't want to give.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. Like, why? Like, it's ugly politics probably that's going on in there, and it just seems. Also, there's been a lot of rumors recently that Destiny 2.
That's the most recent rumor, and kind of like, I mean, I wonder if it's because of the stepping down or if it came out before, but whatever. But the rumor is that it's not gonna be. I think there was a game announced or something was scheduled for September of this year.
Yeah, so like,
which was going to be Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. So the truth of the matter is, they never announced Destiny 2, but it was just widely accepted that that's what was going to come out this year, especially after they announced that they had canceled like all the expansions for this year.
And, that they wouldn't be having any DLC expansions.
Yeah,
you know, because granted, they didn't have any announced.
Yeah,
so it's not like they canceled those. You know.
Yeah,
it was just like, oh, we don't have anything. But most people are accepting that, you know, whatever they did have, they're pushing on and putting it into Destiny 2.
Yeah, putting it into Destiny 2 to have more content.
This year.
Yeah, probably. Well, who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Yeah, well,
now.
that according to the rumor.
Yeah, so all rumors, but I think it's really interesting because I love to hear about like this political maneuvers going on, because there's a lot of stuff that has been going on at Bungie that's in a really negative form, and yet they still have one of the most popular games out there, even with
overrated. All these
and, you know, like, you always make fun of it, but that's the truth. It's like people can talk all the shit they want. Destiny is dying. Destiny is dead. Destiny sucks. Destiny's overrated. And it's still one of the most played, highest selling games of the past 2 years since it came out. Like there's no question. There's no question. Yeah. So it's interesting, and I love Bungie from the Halo days. So here's my couple of questions first. Is this? Do you think just? I mean, you have no info. Like my sources are none. Like, but what do you think? Do you think that Harold stepped down because he was done? Like he's just worn out, burnt out from working, or does it have to do something with what Activision is forcing Bungie to do? Just a general feeler. What do you think? Right
now, honestly, just because of, I don't want to go with the whole just blame it on Activision thing. Which everyone is pretty much going that route. Yeah. And it could be. We've heard a lot of CEOs this year just stepping down. Okay. So maybe he's just 15 years. He's like.
That is a long time.
Good times, guys. Yeah. I mean, because right now it's one of those things I can in my head think of yes, Activision's probably doing something, but in the end I don't know.
So you don't want to throw it out there?
I don't just want to throw it out there.
I have no qualms throwing it out there.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I think it has something to do with Activision's practices and how they want to run Bungie, and I don't know. Like we talked about this before too, how everybody was blaming Activision, and I'm like, at some point you got to blame Bungie. Because they made the decision to sign. If they didn't understand the contract, so
it could be because the way you phrased the question, it isn't anything Bungie's Activision is doing now. Yeah, maybe he's just he fucked up. He's like, I need to step away. Yeah, that I could see.
Maybe he felt like he betrayed the fans or something.
Yeah, that's exactly. So something he's like whatever with but it's not anything that's happening now. Okay, at least I don't know.
I can see that. But let's look at the pattern, too, and why it seems like Activision has a big hold on what's going on at Bungie in a very negative way. The first thing that came out was the story sucks in-game for Destiny.
Yes, in-game, yes.
And, there was rumors for a long time floating around that there was a much bigger story before.
And everything was changed.
And it was changed, rewritten in the summer right before it came out. And of course, those were just rumors, but then they were actually proved true through official court documents in the Martin O'Donnell court case versus Bungie. So we know that's true. They did change the story right before. And the thing that fueled that rumor from the first place was that the cinematic director, Joseph Staten, I think? Right. He quit right before Destiny or right after Destiny came out because they changed all his work.
I thought he had quit before.
Okay, before.
But whatever.
But it happened. It probably happened because the summer. It came out in September, so that summer before they probably changed all his stuff, and it's one of those things where he doesn't want his name attached to it because that's not his work. That's not what he envisioned for the story. So he quit. And then after that, Martin O'Donnell, the legendary, without legendary composer of the Halo music and Destiny music, was fired.
Fired, yes.
And
he didn't step down.
He didn't step down. He was fired. And he took Bungie to court and he won. And he won everything he ever wanted. So something was going on. Obviously, there's something changed there because Bungie is legendary. It's famous I guess not infamous, but famous for being such a family-friendly environment. All the documentaries you saw, the making of the Halos, people were just in love with their office, the way they handled themselves in the office. People really felt comfortable working there. And then after this, now people are stepping down, getting fired, this and that. Yeah. So I think with the Destiny delay rumor, and now with Harold Ryan stepping down before the original Halo came out, that's history there. And he steps down. I think that Activision is
running too much.
Yeah, I think microtransactions also got introduced recently, and they, a couple of months ago
with the Taken King. A little bit after, but along.
And it got a little worse as it gone on. At first it was just
people are saying it's worse. I don't see how it's worse, how it's gotten worse.
Well, $5 emotes are pretty bad. Like,
I bought the Thriller one, which was like $7. So
yes,
you know,
I would have bought it too if I played the game. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Like, if I was into the
they're
game.
gonna have a couple more. I think. Granted, I'm not getting these, but I think one of them is based off one of Drake's songs. Like he has a dance in there.
Oh, the Hotline Bling.
Yeah, so I think. Oh yeah.
That's fun.
So they're gonna have. I haven't seen the emote, but they're gonna have something from there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, it got worse too because they did the $25 thing.
Yeah, that was probably the worst part. Granted, it was separate from like the in-game things you buy. It wasn't with silver.
Yeah.
You actually bought it like it was kind of like a.
Wait, explain what it is so people know what we're talking about.
Okay, so the package was it give you a Spark of Light level 25.
So that means you get instant 25, level 25.
Yeah, which you can do like in 2 hours. But
if you're hobby,
yeah.
like
what else was it? Consumables like that give you more XP and stuff.
Yeah.
For your weapons and whatnot, which you can buy from the gunsmith for
Yeah.
free, for in-game money. So this was separate from the Everest store, which is what sells all the emotes, the sparrows, the masks when
Yeah.
it came out. It's different, but that was just ridiculous. $25, and it definitely was like they're definitely trying to get all the people that are going to be getting it for Christmas because it was such a huge game. People are probably going to get it for the next Christmas, and that was really bad. But it was separate from like
but it's still. I mean,
the
it's,
Everest shop, which.
Yeah, but it's still like it's technically a microtransaction.
No,
today,
yeah.
So I mean, I can see where people say it's getting worse, or I mean, at least that thing made it worse. But I guess my second question to you, as a big Destiny fan, is all this stuff, rumors, like they said, the rumor that it got delayed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in the future of Destiny? I was asking you earlier, do you think Destiny 2 is a guaranteed hit? Because in my mind, Destiny 2 is a guaranteed hit, but not so much Destiny 3 now. Like, they could fuck up Destiny 2. Whereas something like Halo has so much cachet that it's a guaranteed hit for another 3 or 4 games.
Okay.
Even if people don't play the multiplayer, like, it's going to sell millions and millions of copies.
I still think, like, I'm probably going to buy Destiny 2.
I'm buying it. Like,
you don't even play it.
I'm like, I know, like, it's not even a probably. I'm buying it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm buying Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't play. I obviously don't play the game as much as I did, like, maybe 2 months ago. It's definitely, I've been playing other games now. But for the entire year of up in, like, when they were giving out DLC, I was playing non-stop almost every day, kind of thing. Granted, most of my playtime, which I can see a lot of people, when they came into Destiny, they wanted for the PvE, the story and all that.
Yeah.
Most of my game time is fucking PvP.
Yeah.
Crucible. That's most of my game time, and I can still play that. And people, it's unbalanced and shit. Yeah, it's fucking. I don't know how this game was meant to be balanced in the first place.
Yeah, there's no way.
Like the Division is going to be a perfect example, which we're going to talk about later. But all the mods and stuff you can add to your gun, there's no way that game is going to be balanced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would take like dozens of years of game testing.
Yeah, not only that, they would have to get like the only way to keep it something balanced, because even COD isn't balanced anymore because there's so much shit you can add to your gun. The only game that's somewhat balanced is Halo.
Yeah, because everybody has the same stuff.
Everyone has the same loadout. Starting with, and you can all pick up the same guns.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you suck, you're not gonna get the power weapons.
Yeah. You're done for.
Yeah, like if you like that game is completely different from something like Destiny where you don't need to control power weapons because you have a power weapon all the time.
Yeah. So, Destiny 2 then, is it going to be a hit? Is any of this going to affect Destiny 2?
This right now, no. Something down the line, definitely could affect it.
Do you think what about this other part of the thing was that they're not going to release any expansions? Is that going to affect it, do you think? Do you think they're going to lose a lot of players?
I don't know, because, I mean, it kind of sucks that they're not having any more expansions. They're still updating the game and stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
They're having the little events that obviously not many people play.
Yeah.
Or people don't care about.
Yeah.
I like Sparrow Racing. I didn't care about the Halloween event.
Yeah.
There's one coming up. I don't really care too much about it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it's a Valentine's event.
Yeah, which is I mean it's like a couple's.
It just seems weird. It seems weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's just who you gonna play with,
yeah,
like, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can't go in with another. You can't go in randomly. You have to go into which. It was just funny because you like Trials of Osiris, which is a really big thing. Yeah. You have to go in with a fire team. This is basically Trials of Osiris, but with one less person. You know? And if you die, the person that is alive still gets a buff because their spouse or couple is down, so they get a speed boost and shit. It's
your duo, I guess.
The duo is
the duo.
One of the duos down, so the other one has to clutch it up.
Okay.
But is
it gonna hurt? So like, are they gonna? You think they're gonna lose a lot of players throughout this year if they don't make any DLCs expansions?
Yeah, but you know these people have been playing for the whole year anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most people have so many hours into Destiny. You know, the people that liked it.
Yeah.
And then you have the people that don't like it anymore, yet they put like over 2,000 hours into the game or whatever it
All
is,
the people who complain in the forums.
Yeah, exactly, you know? Yeah, like go ahead, go play a different game.
Yeah, you know what? That's the weird thing about this past couple of years in console generations where it's like, there's this feeling where like you have to just play this game forever, otherwise it sucks. You know, like.
Well, no, I mean, what game do you like? Unless it was really multiplayer, like you didn't play. You know, what was it? You didn't play. I'm sure some people did, but you didn't play Skyrim every single day for an entire year. You know, you had other games you were playing. Yeah. You know.
Well, I mean, my thoughts are for multiplayer. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. And like there is that kind of feeling where it's just like Destiny sucks now, so now it was never good. Like, but that's I don't understand that attitude. Like,
I will say this: the beta was the best time for for the multiplayer because
nobody had shit.
No one had overpowered shit.
Yeah,
Except some of those auto rifles were godlike.
Yeah, but still, it was just like you didn't have the gun that reloads on its own. You know, like
the one that heals you if you get a kill.
Yeah, like
and gets a faster reload.
Like you didn't have none of that bullshit.
But that's what makes the game different from.
No, it does. I mean, I see where the fun is in that. I see where it's fun to get your guns up so that you can just dominate people. Like I understand the fun of it. I just don't like that type of gameplay. You know, but. I think the future for Destiny is still bright, but for Bungie as a company, there's doubts there. There's definitely some doubts, especially now. Like, I mean, he was since before Halo 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of history to give up. I just can't see him doing that because he was burnt out. You know what I mean? Like,
still the worst thing is that they left Microsoft because they wanted. You know, more freedom or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was the whole irony of it all was that exactly like because they didn't want to keep making Halo for another 10,000 years. You know what?
But they wanted to make Destiny for 10 years.
Yeah, they wanted to make
like what?
And apparently they got the contract that they've always wanted, but then they didn't. Like, you know, like what happened? Like did they not read the contract? Did Activision do the small like text and fool them or something? Yeah, I don't know, but you know, we'll see when they announce. I'm guessing E3? This E3 we'll see at least like a teaser. We have
to see something.
Yeah, like they have to.
If by E3 they don't have anything,
that's worrisome.
That's just people dropping.
Yeah,
that's just people because already people are claiming it's dead. And the Division's going to come out, and that's supposed to kill it. Granted, everything before was supposed to kill it.
Everything's a Destiny killer. Just like everything was a Halo killer until Call of Duty came.
Until Call of Duty came.
Yeah.
And then until they killed themselves.
And then Call of Duty killed themselves.
Yeah.
Even as a dead Call of Duty, they still sell more games than any other shooter.
Anything, yeah.
So, you know, who they don't care as long as they're laughing all the way to the bank, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, second story this week. I thought this was really interesting. So Volition, who made Saints Row 4,
did they make all the Saints Row?
No. Deep Silver made the other ones. Okay. Or they're part of Deep Silver. You know, one of those like kind of under. Okay, but
you don't know. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Anyways, well, I mean, I played the games. I just don't know.
Right. But,
so they were making a PSP Saints Row, which I think would have been a hit, by the way.
I mean, what was it? There was a GTA on this PSP.
I forgot which one it was. Liberty City. stories.
They ported one and then they made their own.
I remember Chinatown Wars on the DS.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. And then there was the Chinatown Wars, which I was surprised it came out on the DS.
Yeah, and they all did really good. So they're gonna do a Saints Row 4 Undercover. Terrible name, by the way.
What's the Saints? Right.
So not Saints Row 4. Just it's
Saints
called
Row,
Saints Row Undercover for the PSP. And THQ, like, they didn't like where they were going with it, so they ended up canceling. But they said that they were actually really deep into development. So now, like 6 years later, Volition decides that, hey, they release the
basically
ISO,
a pre-alpha.
Yeah, like they release the game as is onto the internet, and you can play it on an emulator,
on a hacked PSP.
Exactly. And I just think that's a whole other part of the story, which is funny to me, because they're basically promoting emulators.
Well, they don't support PSP anymore. What do they care? You know, like,
that's true. Well, you
like,
know,
I mean, Sony cares. You know what I mean?
You know, Sony might be like, what?
Yeah, but Volition's like,
yeah, who cares?
Everyone has a hacked PSP now.
I know, right? Everybody did 6 years ago. I know everybody does now. But yeah, so they released the games. I thought that was, I don't know, like, you think that can become a trend for, because there has to be, how many games out there?
Bioshock Infinite. Remember, like, so many.
Yeah, we, you know, that's a perfect example. Like,
we talked about this exact thing.
Like, you would pay money, you would pay a full $60
to get like
the original design,
the pre-alpha.
Yeah,
even if it's unplayable, you know, like where I mean unplayable, it's like certain parts are unplayable, but for the most part, it's all intact.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to remember what other game was like this. Where was it? Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess. They changed halfway through, which is part of the reason why they delayed it. And I would love to play the game before that. And the same thing with Majora's Mask is another one. They changed it a lot. Like, and they actually had a demo where it was the gameplay mechanics were way different, but they ended up changing it for go to the new direction. Like, but I would pay money to play both of those. Like, just
both of them though. It has to be both. You know what I mean?
Give me a package deal. Yeah, I'm not made of money. Like,
because for example, the Bioshock Infinite one, I don't know how much that gameplay and stuff they actually have, but it seemed like they went through like a couple iterations of what they were trying to do.
Yeah. You know what, too? You're also a person, and I am too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a person who really loves to see like the behind the scenes stuff, and that's like the ultimate behind the scenes, because you're by playing that you'll get to see why they changed it, or why they went, or
why they're dumb and shit.
Should have left it exactly how it was. There definitely was a different game with Bioshock. But yeah, I just hope that more because I know there's a bunch. There has to be a bunch of canceled projects.
Like, I hope some guy that used to like be like the head of like some developer that doesn't exist anymore. Just like, you know what? Here's my library.
Yeah, here's all these games we didn't finish. Oh, you know, the other one I was thinking of was the Star Wars game. I think Star Wars 1313. It was a game that was in development and that they canceled because that was when Lucas sold everything. And so that's
the worst reason to cancel something, because you sell it off and then.
Well, I mean, it was Disney's choice. So like after they bought it, they were like, "All right, we're canceling this."
No, and that's what I'm saying. That sucks. It's like, God, just let them finish it first, then sell it. You know.
So I'm sure it would be a gold mine. I'm sure you could sell that for any amount of money and people would buy it. Well, all the Star Wars fans.
If it exists, if it still exists.
It exists. It has to. I know it does. All right, Lightning. Your most hated game. Lightning Returns. Didn't you hate Lightning Returns?
Well, because I played it so quickly.
Yeah. Well, Lightning is like, she's such a dead character in that game. She's just so.
Which I think is, I mean, that's what they were going for.
Yeah, because she's like a goddess, and she's like a.
I don't know.
She's like an angel of death or something.
Like she basically came back after something happened to her. I remember.
Yeah.
Because everyone she knew was basically dead.
Yeah.
And then she was, I don't know, it was weird.
Anyways, the most random and weird thing that we've seen in a long time is that Lightning, the Final Fantasy 13 main character, is a model for Louis Vuitton.
Yes, she's a model.
Like literally a model. That for one, they made a CGI trailer of her modeling stuff,
and they interviewed her later, I believe, or something.
Okay, and then they also have those giant fashion pictures they have of like the girl like holding the purse or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they have that. We saw somebody tweeted out from Seattle, I think.
Oh,
I'm sure they have it in Japan and all that. Like it's
so
just
weird.
It's weird. Like why do you think they did that? Like,
well, along with this story, there was also the story of Barbie. They're having like Barbie with new professions, I guess you call them.
Yeah,
She's having game designer, which is one of them.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, which is just one like. She's just dressed like a normal person, but she has like a laptop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she has like Astros, I guess.
It's just crazy to see. Like, I mean, I guess it's hitting the fashion. Which granted, video game is amazing. The fashion they do, but I don't think we've ever seen it something like this.
High end or not?
Louis
Vuitton or just this out
just
there.
Just like the bar. Yeah, it's something like where like. Lightning from Lightning Returns or like the Final Fantasy 13 games. There's now a model at Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
like who? I mean, not that it's a bad thing or anything. It's just like who was like, we should contact Square Enix and see if they'll let us use Lightning as a model. It's just like what?
Why? Like it doesn't make any sense. You could have all the human models better watch out because if all these
what is that? I think in Japan, I forgot. I don't know the name, but there's like the they're not real singers. They're like animated singers.
I don't know.
Like from Japan. I don't know what it is. But yeah, like they would take over the modeling.
Yeah, like they would.
It's over.
Get all these girls out of business. Yeah, no. My main impression is, wow, gaming has come a really long way, and it's really starting to permeate into popular culture and mass culture, and particularly.
I mean, it has been for a while, but
it has been. But I think the last frontier for games is girls. Like to get, and of course, over the past couple of years, we see all these statistics where it's like, 45% of gamers are girls, and I'm like, where are they? like, I've never seen them before, but I mean, like, obviously the girls probably are a different niche. I think a lot of them play handhelds. Like, I see a lot of young girls now that have like pink DSs or something like that, and they like, they like playing maybe JRPGs, and of course phone games.
Well, it's one of those things. I think when we think about like people that play video games, we always, for whatever reason, we go to multiplayer games. Yeah. And multiplayer games are like, especially people that actually talk, are populated mostly by
male dominated. Yeah. And we think about sweaty fucking 12-year-olds who are like trying their hearts out, Yeah. So no, yeah, you're right. But you're saying
because I'm saying like they've probably been playing since forever, but because that's kind of like, I don't know why, but I mean, I guess I like it. Like, I don't know the reasoning behind it, but I can see why it became. But like, multiplayer video games is like that's what's pushed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because obviously those are the people that are most vocal.
I think also on top of just being the most vocal is just that's where they make the most money, because you have to buy Xbox Live or whatever. You have to constantly buy transact.
So many games are trying to cater like Final Fantasy 7's. No, was it 7? I think they're gonna have some kind of like internet something. Really? But I think it was the game I was thinking about
15 maybe?
No, it was Mighty Number 9 where they had to
like co-op.
Yeah, they had to stop the game from being released. Yeah. To fix something that was game breaking in multiplayer.
Yeah, like in the network aspect networking aspect of it. Yeah, I think it's incredible that Lightning is for Louis Vuitton like one of the most prestigious. I mean, there's probably like all these brands that I don't know, but it's
I like Hanes.
Like
that's who.
Like we are modeling for Dickies or Converse or something. Like I would totally fucking buy just for Lightning. No, but it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how much it's gone into the mass culture. And
are we gonna see what's his name? I don't know. Noxus. He's gonna be a model too.
Who?
Final Fantasy 15, the main character.
Oh god, another dead in the face. What is with all these dead in the face, deadpan characters? Like, I don't get it. I don't get the charm of it.
I don't know. I mean, they like that.
I get they. Who's they?
People that play the games. Like, because obviously that game has been
you
going.
save. Good save.
Okay.
Good save. Good save. Yeah. So I don't know what we'll see next. Maybe Mario will do plumbing devices or something like that.
No.
No.
He's gonna be like wearing some boots, like, you know, what are the big like workers boots?
Oh, okay.
You know, like something like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the model for that.
Mario.
Yeah. He already wears some.
It could be. I mean, like, it really could be. I mean, who's more recognizable than Mario?
Yeah, but it's so weird, like, thinking about it, like, why lightning? I mean...
That's what I was thinking, like, I don't know, like, it's not like Final Fantasy 13 was this worldwide phenomenon or anything like that.
Yeah. That's the part that's kind of, that tripped me out.
Well, just off the top of my head, I can't think of any other character that would fit that kind of model, because she's like super thin and pale. That's kind of
any other character. Well, I guess because she's the main character.
Like, I could say somebody like Zelda is more recognizable than Lightning, but I don't
think Nintendo would.
Well, yeah,
sell that character.
Yeah,
like
that's true. That's true. But I just or Laura Croft.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But she doesn't fit that.
True.
Kind of like Louis Vuitton thing. So I guess it makes
sense.
So
a girl that like fights dragons does.
Hey, but she looks fashionable while she's done doing it, and you can change her outfits if you want to, or I guess her fighting style, but her outfits too. Like,
yeah, you can.
So like that's one of the I mean, it just makes more. It does make sense, but it's just like Lightning is just. Who are you? Nobody. Like, I don't know.
Like, I mean, obviously we know who she is, but like, how many people know who she is?
Yeah, I feel like if somebody random who doesn't play games sees it, is like. Why is it a CGI character? Like, why don't they have a real? They can't afford real models anymore.
No, they can't.
Yeah. All right, but anyways, last topic of the week. Last week, is it still going to the beta?
I think it was done on Monday.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
So we got a chance to play the Division beta. Javi played it more than me. We played it on stream too, actually. Yeah. And we talked about it last week about where it was going. Now we got to play it, and I want to get your impressions. Where does it stand as the Destiny killer? And where does it stand as just a game in general that people can enjoy?
Well, right now it's definitely in a good spot because there's no more content for Destiny. People are going to be looking for something.
That's true.
And, you know, this game does it.
Yeah.
Granted, it's definitely... Do you like Rainbow Six games?
Yeah.
Do you like cover-based shooters?
Yeah, or Tom Clancy games.
Tom Clancy games. Because Rainbow Six is first person, right?
No, it's third person too, isn't it?
The newest one was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the newest one. Okay.
Well,
whatever.
okay. You know what? Ghost Recon is third person.
Okay.
And Splinter Cell is third person.
Okay. So if you like games, it's a cover-based shooter.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely like a lot of people are comparing it to Destiny.
Yeah.
It has loot. Your character, you know, doesn't talk.
Yeah.
As far as I know, he doesn't say shit. And you know. It looks good.
Yeah.
But the playing it just felt stiff compared to something like Destiny. But that's also because I'm not used to third person cover-based shooters.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know until you played it more.
Exactly. Because I was always like, I'm hiding behind something, and for whatever reason, I'm trying to walk along the wall, and I can't get my character to do what it wants.
Yeah.
You know? That was frustrating for me. But that's just like I said, I've never been a huge fan of third person shooters specifically, like games like Gears of War.
Yeah.
You know, any of the Rainbows, Tom Clancy,
Ghost Recon,
yeah. I was horrible at those, especially if it came with multiplayer.
Yeah.
And this game has multiplayer, and it has PvP, the Dark Zone, which is going to be the end game where you get all the loot and stuff. Which right now I'm just like, it seems annoying.
Yeah. But you liked it though.
I liked it, but it just like, I liked it for a while, and then it was just like, it just got annoying after a while.
Well, hopefully this beta is the opposite of Destiny beta, where it was like, you're like, oh, okay, this
is amazing.
This is amazing, but this just a little chunk. I can't wait to see the full thing.
Well,
and then
yeah, the thing that worries me, the story we already know isn't a big focus.
The story was honestly one of the most boring cutscenes I've ever seen in my life. Like,
and your character doesn't talk, so it kind of weird. But from one of the articles we read, like the story is just kind of small with main missions, kind of like a Far Cry kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you go and do your main missions, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't seem that entertaining to me right now.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is just the beta.
Granted, it was only one
mission exactly
in the beta, like one story mission. So maybe that's just setting up. But still, as one of like, you think they would consider that when making the beta, like they want people to buy the game, then obviously you should put your best foot forward, which is what Destiny did.
Yeah. And there was also one of the big things for me was the enemies themselves. People complain about Destiny that all the enemies are just rehashes of whatever. Yeah. And this is still the beta, but it was literally like there's 5 different kinds of enemies. Yeah. There's guys with like handguns. Yeah. That kind of like just annoy you. Rushers that come at you with melee weapons. The heavy machine guy people. The people with handguns and grenades. Yeah. And then the different, I guess, I don't even know what else, but the difference between them is that some of them are like yellow, so that means they're higher enemies, so they have more health. I mean, it won't like work something like I can't see like them taking away like people that like the strikes or the raids from Destiny, because it's just gonna be shooting just random people. You know what I mean? How is that better than like shooting like this boss? Granted, like a lot of the bosses in Destiny I don't like because there isn't much mechanics to them, but I don't see how they're gonna do a lot of mechanics with that kind of enemy, with just people.
I don't know who they might pop up with like aliens when the whole game comes.
See, that's the lucky thing Destiny has. Like all the raids have been pretty entertaining because their bosses have a kind of mechanic. Yeah. Some of their bosses are not as entertaining as others, but like the first boss was probably the most entertaining one, which I don't think you ever really did the raid, but the boss fight was really cool. Yeah. And you just can't see how this can do something like that. Yeah. Because then it kind of breaks the immersion of the game. Yeah. If you have like some unbeatable like unless they bring in some mutants or something like that. Yeah, that was one of the things I noticed too, is just that there's different types of enemies like you said, but since everybody's human and everybody just has kind of like rugged like post-apocalyptic clothes, other than the color, it's like, you know, like what I mean, there's enemies that have names, so you're taking out the ones in the Dark Zone, for example, they have names. If you take them out, there's a chance they drop good gear. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when you leave and come back, it's just like they respawn kind of thing. You know, that's how it works in Destiny. It doesn't. For the beta, like I said, maybe there's a bunch more. Yeah. But if that's all it is, I don't know. Yeah, you can't see it going more than like a month or two. Yeah, with those kind of enemies, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's something. I mean, you're fighting the same strike over and over and over. You know, but the enemies, you know, this giant thing or this alien, you know, it's more entertaining than going back and just killing this person. Like there's one dude, like a little bigger than. Yeah, there's one like one of the guys was like, what is his name, Kickshot, or I don't know, something like that. Yeah. You know, they have Bonnie, and I was just like, okay, all right, generic name number 2, like. And then in the Dark Zone, you know, you can hold up to 6 items that you get that are contaminated that you have to get to an extraction point, which is kind of fun if you play with a group of people. Yeah. If you play by yourself, I don't see how you're gonna have fun with that. Yeah, because you're just gonna be getting like destroyed. Yeah, people are just gonna be. I remember when my friend found this thing out where, because if you go rogue, which is you shoot someone, you have a timer on you. If that timer runs out, you get a bunch of money. Yeah. For the Dark Zone, and when you buy Dark Zone shit, it's really good. So he found this kind of glitch where you can shoot people, kill them, run away, and if you run away out of bounds in the beta, because it was out of bounds, it teleports you inside a safe zone. Oh god! So you get teleported inside the safe zone. Your timer's still going, but no one can kill you. So it's like a money glitch. Almost. Yeah. I'm sure they'll patch that. Yeah, exactly. It's not like that's any patch, but I can see stuff like that. People figuring out a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, and well, that's any game like this too. Mm-hmm. Like just like the loot cave or whatever. Like people will figure out a way. Mm-hmm. But just in general, my impression was it just felt bland. I didn't feel anything unique going on. You know, like, I don't know. I think it really does hurt it that the main character doesn't talk, because that's the first. I think if for me as a regular player, I'm gonna go through the story first. Like if I were to play the game, mm-hmm. and like if I can just get attached to my character or a character, I guess it has to be no voice, so that because you're supposed to be the character. But that is, I mean, it works. It works with Link. Yeah, you know, it works in the Super Mario. But obviously, they have so much personality. Like, come on, like Link. No, yeah, I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying that. Yeah. But it's also that thing, like, people literally interrupt when you're supposed to speak for you.
Yeah. They say like, oh, never mind. I don't even want to say it. But yeah, no character to this main character. Like, there's no personality, no wonderful facial expressions, just bland guy there, and that's it. So unless we're missing something, like, this game's not gonna be that great. It's gonna be okay, I guess. I can't see it getting any better. Like, unfortunately, sorry, everybody who wanted Destiny.
I'm still gonna get it.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna do the story regardless, like, because it might end up being good anyway. But we'll do it for the channel just because I know people want to see it.
Yeah, but since I I play Destiny pretty much primarily. I play by myself. I do play with some of my friends every so often, but especially recently, I just started I just want to play by myself, especially when I'm playing Crucible, which is kind of cool because they're actually adding something to Destiny next week where kind of I don't know actually another game that does it off the top of my head, but basically when you're doing like a 6v6, there's a chance you fight against a team, right?
Mercenary.
Is it mercenary? Where there's no teams.
Yeah. In Call of Duty, it's called mercenary.
Because I've never played mercenary, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing,
Yeah, it's
because I play the one that has the most people playing,
Yeah. But a lot of them have that where it's like you only play one individual player. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So this one is going to be 6-on-6 and 3-on-3s with not as many choices. With basically going to you get to choose the 6-on-6 or the 3-on-3, and then it kind of goes through the 3 game modes for each type. Yeah. But it's going to be against people that don't have a party.
Which is good. Yeah. And the Division. Well, it'd be nice if they had that, if a dark zone where it's like a mercenary dark zone.
Yeah, but people are going to join up anyways, because they can join up and because I think there's proximity chat.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Granted, I was in a party. Luckily, I was able to get some of my friends to play.
Yeah.
But there's proximity chat, so you can kind of talk to people if you're close by.
Well, okay,
and that part is actually really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if we didn't really get to see it when you saw me play, but that tension, when you go to an extraction zone to get get your gear extracted, it's just all right, are we all good? Is
you stand up against the wall so you can see everybody. Yeah.
And this game is gonna be really good for people that like being social.
Yeah,
I don't like being social. So.
It'll also be good for psychopaths who what
was it DayZ?
Like Syndicate is Pro Syndicate.
Pro Syndicate was
where he gets
Granted, this game doesn't have you bleeding out and shit.
Yeah, but still, it's something I can see you.
Oh, hey, guys laugh, dude.
I could just see a guy is like, hey, what's up, buddy? Do you want to work together? We can watch each other's backs. Yeah. As soon as you turn your back,
you're killing.
Yeah.
Granted, this is a little bit different because you can actually join groups. So then you can't really kill the other person if you're in the same group, I would wish that even you could kill. I mean, honestly, it would be kind of more interesting if you could kill people even if they're in your group. Just so you can come into my group and then.
But even if you group up, while you're pressing the button to group up, and it's just all right, accept it, bro. Accept it.
Yeah. Why aren't you accepting it?
Yeah, hey, why you I just sent you the invite, and then you get a bullet through your head.
Yeah. Actually, it takes you a bit to kill, but there's some OP weapons.
Yeah.
And then also one of the really fun things for me, even though I didn't talk to anyone, there was rogue hunters. So basically, people that would kill other people, everyone would chase them down and kill them.
Nice.
That shit was fun. But the thing that sucks is I'll be shooting the rogue, and one of the people that's not in my group runs in front of me. I shoot him. I become rogue because I shot at him. Yeah. And my entire group becomes rogue because I'm in their group.
Yeah.
So and then all those people that were just hunting that rogue are now hunting us. That I did not like at all.
Well, that seems actually kind of cool to me.
No, it was just
it's frustrating.
It was really frustrating because it was just I was shooting that person.
Yeah.
This person gets in the way. I hit him a couple of times, and now I'm marked.
Yeah.
It's just
it's oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. And now that I think at one point, so it was 3. We had 3 on my group, and then there was a group of 2 and another group of 3.
Yeah.
And then we were chasing down a group of 3 maybe, and then that happened, and the other groups turned on us.
You know what? There's no way you could even pass that, I think, either.
No.
Because then then it'd be you have to be able to shoot everybody. So that's something that's
so like I said, the only people you can't shoot are the people in your group.
In your group, yeah. So
unless we were but it's one of those things, I don't want to fucking group up all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we'll see how the beta. The beta's done, but we'll see how the Division turns out. It comes out on March 8th.
Yes, next week there's gonna be a bunch of games that we're gonna be doing.
Yeah. So yeah, before we go, next week we have XCOM is coming out tomorrow or today, I guess. If I'm posted today, so hopefully we get that today. Unravel, Dying Light, The Following, Firewatch, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, and I know I'm missing one.
Are you gonna do the iOS one?
No, I don't have any. We don't have any way to record from the iOS. But
what is it? There's a Samsung thing you can download.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a game recorder. I think that's his name, game recorder.
Well, I haven't seen the gameplay. I saw the trailer, but I didn't see what the gameplay looks like.
Okay. Because I was just thinking, because like might as well if it has some kind of story.
If it does, yeah, we'll do it. I mean, why not? But I doubt. Well,
it's gonna have microtransactions and freedom, like all those games.
Stop.
I mean, it's a
phone game. There's microtransactions for sure.
Ads popping up.
I mean, it costs $5.
Oh, does okay? I wasn't sure. Yeah. I assumed it was gonna cost something.
Yeah, it costs $5.
I knew it wasn't gonna be a free to play game.
Yeah. So. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week on the Nerds with Glasses podcast, the number 8 gaming podcast on YouTube. We will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.